Such a big Brazilian crowd on hand here. They turn up to support their competitors, and in the last couple of years it's paid off in a big way, cheering the likes of Felipe Toledo in 2015, Gabriel Medina in 2014, all the way.
Big opportunity for Sebastian for sure, and he's been in Australia for a while, hanging out, surfing every day. That's what he does. That guy surfs so much. So he's going to be warmed up, and he looks pretty sparky.
Well, here we go. This is Sebastian Zietz now, driving up into the lip, just drifting that tail, a bit of foam on the face. Dealt with the first section pretty well, but doesn't see anything down the line. He kicks out. And swooping on the inside, just like he loves to do and has picked off some big scores from here in the past, is Gabriel Medina. And Medina just looking alive as he floats over that first section, bashes the lip. Once he finds that rhythm on the backhand, he can string together a number of high-impact maneuvers and gets a decent finish there.
That's Gabriel Medina right there, just in competition mode. He was not trying to surf at 100%. He was just trying to piece that wave together. And you know, that wave was very difficult to read. That threw some very funky sections at him. And he was conservative. He just kind of laid his board into each section. It's going to be a solid score.
Peter Durbidge, we were chatting with him this morning. He made a great point. With three-man priority these days in these heats, there's an opportunity, if you get a wave at the start, to hang back on the inside. And Gabriel has just played that card perfectly at the start of this heat.
It's such an advantage to get to a quick start and picking up on what Bede was saying. So, you know, there's a lot of incredible rides out here that happen not all the way at the top of the peak. You know, traditionally you go to a surf spot, you got to go to the top and wait with everyone. And, you know, there's kind of that one little spot to take off on. But here at Snapper Rocks, you can see some of these waves. See where the buoy is there? See how that swell is kind of swinging wide? And that was nowhere near, it looked like Caio, Ibelli. So if you're paddling back out, you really have to keep your eyes open.
And Medina again, just sticking a little bit wider of the lineup, and it's going to pay off here. He's going to get himself into a wave, but takes a rare fall.
And I think give him credit, you know, emotionally he reined it back in.
Big time. Well, here is Caio Ibelli, and a lot of people predicting big things from Caio in his rookie season. He might have the best chance of all the rookie qualifiers to get himself right up there, maybe into the top 10. A lot of experience, a former World Junior champion. He'll be dangerous for sure.
With really good boards, you know, feeling really good. And also with the win in the first round makes me like more comfortable and excited for the next round.
And obviously last year you pinpointed some things that you're going to work on in the off season. What have you changed for this year?
Not much. I mean, I'm just like now trying to push harder, you know, like in waves that I really need to improve, you know, like Fiji or Tahiti, you know. So last year was I had a really good feeling, you know, like fighting for the title. So this year I feel like more comfortable, you know, like to see I know I have the potential to be there too. So I'm just like gonna enjoy my year, you know, like my stops around the world. So it's gonna be fun.
All right, Felipe, already entertaining us in round number 1. Back to you, Ronnie.
Just look at his legs when he goes down the line. He's kind of got his knees popped out just a little bit, sort of like a skateboarder or a snowboarder. That's why you never see someone like Gabriel Medina fall. But you're right, he's got that power, stocky set of legs under him. And because of all that strength, you know, he needs a little more foam under him, or he's going to have too much influence. It'll be too sensitive. So, you know, Felipe is more of a wiry, smaller guy. So, you know, he'll get there. If he can add some muscle, like this kid right here, geez, that'll be a dangerous combo.
A little earlier on, we were talking about the surfers we were most excited to see in this first round, the first stop of this new season. For me, it's Medina. Just the surfing he did through the back half of last season was mind-blowing.
Medina, he doesn't have any weaknesses, really. He's amazing in big hollow waves. He's so smart, and he's got the flair of someone like Felipe. Always makes the right decision.
Here he goes again, working these insiders over and just threading together these maneuvers beautifully, surfing with a lot of flow. he'd be happy with what these waves are offering at the moment. He isn't really getting sections that he can really lay into at this stage, but still unleashing enough power, surfing the critical part of the wave to fetch some pretty decent numbers, and he's starting to push further ahead of Caio and Sebastian.
Is it Mick Lowe?
Mick Lowe, the keg.
Proud of myself. I have a horrible memory.
Yep, physique like a fridge, and he went on to absolutely destroy some pretty fun conditions out here. So tip of the cap to you, Loey, as we see Sebastian Zietz from Kauai starting to warm up now. And he throws the tail into reverse but gets hung up on the lip. What do you think Sebastian Zietz is feeling at the moment? Getting to surf this event, placed back on tour via the CT. You keep your points now as an alternate.
So that's kind of bizarre, isn't it, for him to keep that frame of mind? How many events am I going to get into? You know, he really has to bring it in each event because he just doesn't know how to set his schedule. But for the QS and all the 10,000s, that's where I think he'll really be laser sharp.
And when you look at his past results here, not looking all that positive. So he really does need to ramp things up, and a round one win would definitely help his cause. At the moment, he is comboed though, as is Caio Ibelli, both chasing a two-wave total of 14.18 to get into the lead. Medina out in front with a 7.67 and a 6.5. So nothing in the excellent range just yet for Medina, but you do get the feeling that that number might drop any time. Just a different kind of finish too.
Well,
I like it.
That would probably be Sebastian's Achilles heel. He tends to fall off a bit more than your average guy on tour. He's got so much talent, beautiful style, great repertoire, but you know, he does fall off a bit.
Here goes Caio Ibelli, and he's going to eject. Just punching through the wave. It's amazing how well the surfers are actually able to do that, Ross. It's not something you generally want to try at a shallow reef break or a shallow sandbar. That's what put Steph Gilmore out of title contention last season, but it's pretty effective. You see a lot of the surfers doing it.
Oh, it's you can see it. Like, how's that? He got right back out there before Sebastian, so he's going to regain that priority. And I will say, you know, that last wave of Sebastian Zietz, even though he didn't ride out of that finishing maneuver.
6.87 has Sebastian Zietz chasing an 8.41. And Caio Ibelli, tipped for big things on the CT this year, finds himself chasing a two-wave total of 14.55 to get in front of Medina, and he is quickly running out of time.
About someone who deserves to have a break after last year. Such an emotional roller coaster.
Well, here we go. Sebastian Zietz driving into this first section. It's a nice piece of wall, very clean. And Seabass lets go of a beautiful hack. Second turn was also strong. Bringing it through to the inside. Goes to a layback now, mixing things up, looking for a big finish. Throws that tail out. If you can hang on to this, it'll be a decent number. Chasing an 8.41. Seabass.
Wow. Incredible surfing there, Ronnie.
Loved it. Loved the mix-up on that last turn. We're so used to seeing the air reverses, but the layback is just refreshing.
Yeah, as he mixed it up. Each maneuver felt like it was different. He just absolutely shredded through a couple of rail turns here. That was very zippy. This one's even better. Just ripped right through that carve. This is the one I was actually thinking of. Bang, right there, layback hack. So 3 different maneuvers, 3 different sections, and then blew the fins absolutely free, dropped wallet, and rode out of it. So, I mean, if that's not excellent surfing, I don't know what is. You know, very risky. Threw everything at this wave, Ronnie.
This first turn is just pure. You know, as you said, hard to find a clean piece of wall to really lay into out there. Sebastian, when the opportunity to score big was there.
I like this. Just a little layback hammer. The first carve was so speedy. It was fast. It was clean as you like, right on the rail. That was really good surfing.
Well, here we go, Caio Ibelli having a crack at this one. The surfers, when they paddle back out, this is a pretty unique location. They get the opportunity to see the Samsung Galaxy big screen down here on the beach, and they can actually watch their surfing. Strider Wozalewski's in the lineup. He's been watching the last exchanges and seeing those competitors breaking down their own approach on the big screen.
That's right there. It seemed that every time Sebastian went into a bottom turn, there was just a clean wall begging to be smashed.
Sebastian Zietz just also played Medina using the Medina tactic, and that is hanging a little bit wide at the takeoff zone. Medina had a look, didn't see much, But the wave changed down the line, and Sebastian, without priority, swung into that thing and really punished Medina. He's taken the lead with 4.5 minutes to go.
And this is what we all love about Gabriel Medina, is he's not the type of guy to just crumble under pressure. And that's probably the reason why he falls quite a bit, because he just naturally goes for the maneuver that he wants to do. It doesn't feel like he tries to orchestrate anything. That first snap, though, was so on the money. Here's the mix-up. Watch that back foot. Little pressure there. Bingo. And then, you know, I think it was really easy for the judges to go excellent, because he went bananas on that last turn. Big old layback snap through the fins. Very exciting. And that's probably the reason why he falls quite a bit, because he just naturally goes for the maneuver that he wants to do. It doesn't feel like he tries to orchestrate anything. That first snap, though, was so on the money. Here's the mix-up. Watch that back foot. Little pressure there. Bingo. And then, you know, I think it was really easy for the judges to go excellent, because he went bananas on that last turn. Big old layback snap through the fins. Very exciting.
So Sebastian Zietz, he is the benefactor, with a number of injuries to Championship Tour competitors, fighting it out in 2016. As Medina, he is chasing a 7.14 here, and he's not going to get it.
Good for Sebastian. He sold that wave to Gabriel Medina. That's very rare. And Gabriel bit, and that wave did not pay off. So pretty crafty there from Sebastian.
Sebastian is such a scrappy eater. He always hangs around on the inside and has a really hard time not taking a lot of rides.
Yeah, it's true.
But it worked out for him in this heat, hanging a little further inside
Here's
Medina.
the cell.
And here's the big cell that Ross Williams is loving.
I mean, you could argue, I'm for sure everyone in Gabriel's camp said, no, he didn't sell in the wave. He actually saw some potential down the line, but I don't know. You know, that wave was pretty crummy by the time he got to that second section. So Sebastian has got to be, I don't know how many times he's taken down Gabriel Medina, but you can tell right now he's pouncing.
Well, with only a couple of minutes on the clock too, you know, you don't want to take a small wave and leave the guy who's got the biggest score out the back with priority in the dying stages, because even if you can get in front, you are giving him a great opportunity to tap into a set wave with no one else in his way. Medina's just trying to put some distance between himself and Sebastian Zietz at the moment. 1 minute 30 seconds to go. Caio Ibelli up as we take a look from the drone. He throws his board into a reverse, right out of that move. And starting to build some speed again, looking for something more. Bang, drifts the tail. Can't finish that one off, and Sebastian Zietz took a ride out the back also. Just over a minute remaining. And now Sebastian maybe making a crucial error here, leaving Medina out there in the lineup. Great floater to get started. Throws his board vertical, drifts that tail, and again bashes the lip. If he can get the finish, come on, he'll be chasing a huge score. That is going to be solid. Approach was hard. It was vertical. The fins were just hanging out the back for a majority of this ride. How's that float?
Sketchy wave too. He really had to make the perfect decision on those first two turns. There was a lot of room to kind of hang up a rail, maybe get overly excited and get tipped over, and that's why he's so good under pressure, and he's won a world title. He always answers the call.
You kind of get that feeling in your rib cage when someone's unleashing big turns. Some guys tap the snare and it sounds pretty nice, but Medina is just always on the bass drum and he just kicks it so hard on this turn. Bang.
Finishes it right there too. You know, so that is such a solid way for you know, these competitors. When the pressure's on, you need to deliver. You have to get that solid score. You don't have to go to air reverse. You don't have to get freaky.
Please don't go to the air reverse.
Just solid power surfing can get it done, and that was a beautiful wave. That's the main thing. That wave was an absolute Easter egg, if that makes sense somehow.
Early Easter egg.
A little too early.